All right, everybody. Let me know that you are with me, good to go. If you're able to log into your account, that would be phenomenal. I'm going to be doing Facebook ads and how to optimize them to make sure that we are getting the best return on investment and a few other things as well. So go ahead and just type in that you're conscious, awake, and ready to rock. All right. In fact, oh my God, I can't believe. Hold on a second. Because the other day, nope, I don't want that. Did I lose it? Give me a second here. Let me see. I lost it. All right, whatever. Anyways, one of our clients the other day on one of our calls mentioned how good she was doing with her ads and that the AI text follow-up was working really well for her. So I'm going to be talking about that today, but I always love just mentioning these kind of things. And Jason, Dana, Trevor Martin sounds like a musician. We got Trevor Horn. And Trevor, there's another Trevor I'm thinking of. I can't think from the 80s. But anyways, great name. Caroline, awesome. Thank you. Good stuff. How long until the Shaw's back in, dude? I'm thinking hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Gonna be awesome. Brent, good stuff. Good stuff. Robert, thank you. Good afternoon. It's still morning out here where I am at, but you know what? That's not a problem. So let's go ahead and just log in and let's get at it. Also, if anybody's got a website with IDX and you want me to show how to do a custom list of pool homes for sale, a custom list of price reduced homes for sale, so on and so forth, go ahead and drop it into the chat and I will get to that a little bit later. And DFW, very nice. So let's go ahead and log into your account. Now, one of the things obviously with getting ads out, having them produce as part of follow-up. And so a part of follow-up is that we send things that will engage and actually convert. And so every couple of weeks, we drop in at a minimum emails and then sometimes other items like video files, social media posts as well. And so last week on the 26th, what was that, Thursday? I think last Thursday, we dropped 2 emails. And you're going to see here, one is for buyers, one is for sellers. And it's relating to the fact that rates went down. So as you're generating these leads, they're typically their buyer leads or their seller leads. And so these emails, you're going to get them to your CRM. So if you've got Real Geeks, Lofty, Follow Up Boss, you can get those leads there directly. And you can take these emails and you can send them out through there. Now, there is a very powerful reason you want to send these emails in addition to whatever else you're sending to them. Now, when I click on this email for the one for the sellers, it's going to open up. It's going to open up to the editor. And then you're also going to see there's a preview. So I can take this and I could just drop this into Chat GPT or Gemini or Claude and say, give me a paragraph from my area. So it's much more like localized if you want to, you don't need to. But the point of these emails, so in particular, the one for the seller here that you're going to want to send to your seller leads is we're letting them know what's going on. So what's going on is the fact that rates just dropped to 5.98. They dropped below 6% for the first time in 3 years. And then we follow a very similar pattern. And I'm telling you, these emails, they get engagement, they get listings. And so here it says, why does this matter if you're considering selling in 2026? And then it tells them many home buyers, right, are really excited when they start seeing the 5, when previously they were seeing 6.4, 6.3, now 5.98. So a lot of them are going to get their numbers redone. They're going to see that a lower monthly payment. And so we're going to get more buyers into the market. In addition, the spring selling and buying season is coming up. And so if you're thinking about selling, don't wait until everybody else lists their home. Let's get ahead of the rush. And I would like to send you, so this is you in the email to your seller leads, my ultimate guide to buying a home. My ultimate guide to selling your home. And that's in listings to leads. I'll show you that in a minute. and to create a custom 100 plus point home marketing plan for their home. We are going to be including a link to your standard presentation right here. And if I go ahead and I click on the preview tab, so there's edit and preview. On the edit tab, these links actually go to your branded marketing plan automatically. And I don't know why sometimes that takes, when I do it from on the webinar. Oh, in fact, you know what? Let me turn off my wireless. Hold on. All right, let me do that again. Oh, there we go. So this is going to be linked to it automatically from the email. You don't need to do anything except send it out. It's phenomenal. And then if they reply back and they want either the PDF guide or a custom plan, all right, a custom plan like this one right here, where it features their home, just like you would do in a listing presentation. That's their name, that's their address right there, right? That's their home on every single image all the way throughout it. So we're offering them a chance to get this specifically done for their home. All right. And so the PDF guide, if you go to PDF guides, and what I would probably do, because the PDF guide is 100 pages. And so you can just let them know, okay, listen, this is 100 pages. I can't send it as an attachment, but here's the landing page. Just fill it out and it will download for you right to your computer or right to your phone. So I might go seller guides and type in ultimate. Now I could search for it, but there's 40 guides in here. It's just quicker to type in ultimate. And there we go. Ultimate guide to selling your home. If I click on view landing page, it'll pop up the landing page. And so anyone that requests the guide, I would send them this landing page. And then when somebody says, hey, go ahead and send me a custom guide, a custom marketing plan for my home, what you're going to do, and I'm not going to go into this in detail because we have a lot of stuff to get to, but you just go add listing manual, change the status from just listed to listing presentation, put their name, the add email, the phone, leave headline blank, put in the street address. You can leave all this blank, hit save and add photos. That should have taken you 20 seconds. And then on the next page, grab a photo of their home from somewhere, go take it, grab it from Google Maps. I've got training on how to take an image from Google Maps and create a beautiful, gorgeous marketing photo with it. You're not going to use it in the MLS, but you can use it in this right here and get that off to them. So very powerful, all right, email for the sellers. If you want to send this email from your CRM, you get two options. Click copy code, a couple of different versions. If you got Follow Up Boss, click the copy for FUB and drop it in. Or just as easy, just copy it, copy the text part. If you want to include the signature at the bottom, you can. Go to your CRM, whatever CRM it is, it doesn't matter, and either drop in the code, all right, or just paste in the email. It's that easy. And like I said, those links, the link to your marketing plan, the flip book, oh, it is so powerful. Brent Hammett says, I created a page on my website offering these guides for download using the links. Requires, dude, yeah. And let me show you something here. So this is another client. He took the video, the media library, and that's in your listing. This video is in your Listings Leads account under media library. Just type in 100 and there's a long version, 5 minutes long. You want to be playing this at the open houses. So we cover this during open house training, that you play this at the open house. You've got a copy of your marketing plan, a hard copy at your open house, and you're going to get some really good conversations with homeowners, because even if they're not thinking about selling, they're going to be looking at the video. It could be on the laptop, it could be on a TV, or they'll be looking at the hard copy and they absolutely love it. They absolutely love it. Let me just show one thing real quickly here. And Brent, I don't know if you did this, but this for anybody else. So just like what you saw with John Blaze adding that video, and he actually has a link to the landing page for the 100-point home marketing plan. So you can take under settings, and Brent, tell me if this is what you did. Yeah, I'll show you 1 second. I'll pop to it 1 second. So under PDF guides, settings, PDF guides, iframe. And so I can select which guides I want. So I can say, I just want to do seller guides. I want to do just buyer guides. I want to do all. And then I can select from all the guides which ones to display. You can just do all of them if you want to, or you could have one, like for example, on a lot of websites. In fact, let's go back here real quickly to John's. He's got sellers. And so you could have seller guides. And then under buyers, you could do the other one for the buyer guides. Right. And so you got that capability right here to take that code, drop it into your website. And now your website becomes much more dynamic, much more useful, much more value add, and something that actually is something that people can get something from that they otherwise wouldn't be able to. All right. So that's for the guides. And then for the video, media library. And then and then don't forget, I'm not going to get to it because we have a lot to get to already today, but there's an email for the buyer leads. And that one links to the price reduced landing page automatically, the one that's from your account. And so it's literally right here. It's on the very top, long, short. But just in case, as we're adding stuff all the time, in the search bar, if you type in 100, it'll bring up these three things right away. And there's some other things here you can put on Instagram, right? The presidential level, that was for like President's Day. This right here is great for, and so for all these videos, you can download them and then upload them to your YouTube channel. If you go to listingsleads.com/open house, there is a video there, like on that page somewhere that walks through it, or you can get to the mastermind group and ask, okay, where's that video showing how to put this on YouTube? Fair enough? All right. So get those emails out. Get the email out to your buyer leads. Get it through listings. Send it through L to L. Send it through Follow Up Boss. Send it through Bold. I don't care. Get it out and get out the one for the seller leads as well. We are going to do a couple of different ads. I won't be able to get to all the type of ads that you can do, obviously, with listings to leads, but pay close attention to a couple of things. Primary thing I want you to pay attention to is this. I'm going to go to a just listed. I'm going to click Facebook ads. If you need help getting listings into your account, yours or borrowed, let our support team know. And we're going to take a quick look at a previous ad that I did. Hopefully I haven't filled this out yet and ruined the lead form. But I want to show you something that's very critical. And please pay attention because this can make a massive difference in your follow-up, in your engagement. And so let me scroll down. Boom, there we go. So here's an ad. And again, this could be cash offer, home value, just sold, PDF guide, whatever. The part I'm going to tell you right now is applicable to every ad in listings to leads. And I don't think a lot of people have this. So check this out. I click the ad and check out these questions, right? Normally you expect to see the name, email, and phone number come up, but we have 20 plus questions for buyer ads, a different 20 for seller ads. It is so amazing. And it'll 2 to 3x your follow-up. And now I'll show you some examples. So it says here, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Yeah, who wouldn't? What is your time frame to buy? Whatever. And if they say just dreaming, a lot of times that means they're probably a first-time home buyer and they just don't know the process. So don't get discouraged from just dreaming. Treat that as they might be a first-time home buyer, and that might be something you ask in your follow-up. And the next up is, do you have a home to sell? You know what? I do. Hit continue, name, email, and phone number. They click continue. They're going to go through and they're going to land on the single property website. So does everybody get the idea of how powerful this can be when you can ask more questions ahead of name, email, and phone number, and how that can relate to your follow-up? Please say yes. All right. Please say yes. And Brent, yeah. Oh yeah. Bold Trail. All right. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that. And then, yep. Awesome. That's good. That's awesome. All right. So how do we do that? How do we get those questions there? There are actually 3 questions that are completely default, but I'm gonna show you how to change them because every listing, every ad that you do, and it could be for a custom list of pool homes for sale, you're gonna want those 3 questions. And I've done a lot of testing. There's no cost per lead difference between none, 1, 2, or 3 questions. If you go to 4, that's when the fall off really happens, all right? Or that's when it does happen. Your cost is just gonna increase a lot, all right? Jenny says, "Can you tell me more about the single property website? Can this be used instead of the main website?" Wait, Jenny, it's gonna go to the single property website automatically, all right? I'll show you that just so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so when I click Facebook and Instagram ads, it's going to default to my location, and I can change it if I need to, but I recommend that you don't. Radius plus 15 miles, lifetime budget of 35. I'm going to change that to $10 a day. So it's going to default for 1 week, and I'm going to put 70. Any testing, no, don't do carousel either. Carousel never works that great. Yeah, you want to do single only. All right. Change template, video, image. So check this out. My favorite template, I just click change template, is the one on top. So if this is for a listing, I like the one on top. I'm just going to click save. This is fully editable. I can do whatever I want. And change image and video. I could put a video in here. So for example, if I've got a video, and I tell you, video works great if you do the right kind of video. You just don't throw up a property video, like a 3-minute property video. But if you throw in a video where, in fact, if you take our short form video script, that would be a great video to put. Or a video where you're outside the property, and then as you walk in, the video ends. Because if you're just going to show the property video that your videographer gave you, then they have no need to pick up or to click the button. So while that's processing, we'll come back to that. So those questions, all right, those questions, I'm telling you, pay attention, please. Click advanced options. And then right here, create new form. It's so easy. It's so easy. And I'm just going to open up the questions. I can see right here, full name, email, and phone number. And I can see right here what it looks like on Facebook. I'm going to use the scroll bar and scroll down. And notice I've got a few other questions turned on. What is your time frame to buy? I've got, would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? If I were to leave that on and they say yes, they will get the guide automatically, just like an AI text follow-up. And as I scroll down, I'm going to get to some of these turned off ones, but I just want to show you here at the bottom. Do you have a home to sell? Now, if you're a lender, there's some really good questions here for you as well. But let me scroll back to the top. And you're always going to leave name, email, and phone number. Don't touch those. All right. Now, I like, what is your time frame to buy? I think that's helpful. But there's some other really great questions here, I think. I'm going to turn this one off. For example, you saw the one I had. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Very powerful. Especially if you're borrowing a listing, that's one I would be using for sure. See if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. All right. And I can always see here what the options are. Yes, let me know. No, I do not need this. All right. So if it's a lower priced home, like middle to lower and down payment, see, this is how we can turn an ad for a listing into a down payment assistance ad. Because now if they say yes to that one, now in my follow-up, of course, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be inquiring to connect with them so that I can find out for them what down payment options they may have available for them. Now, especially if you're working with a lender. Here's another great question. Would you like to be notified when similar listings hit the market? That's another great question, because if they say yes to that, in my follow-up, I'm going to go back to them. I'm going to say, hey, thank you for clicking on my ad for 123 Main Street. And I saw that you like to get a list of similar homes for sale. And I just wanted to confirm the price range, and if there's any features like a pool or single story that you might be really keyed in on, or if there's a school district, what have you, that I can make sure to get you the best list possible. I'm going to follow up with them for a while, email, text, and phone related to the questions that they reply to. And hey, if they don't ever reply, I've got permission to just set them up with the list I think would be most appropriate, which would probably be similar to the home they clicked on. Does that make sense? Because if we had just gotten name, email, and phone number, we don't have permission to send them anything. But now I've got permission to send them price reduced. I got permission to follow up for down payment. I got, and right, not just permission, but they said yes to these questions. And I see anywhere from 20 to 50% of people will say yes to one of those questions. These are great. What's most important to you in your next home? There's 5 versions of the same exact questions, and they'll tell you what buyer profile they are here. First time home buyer, right? First time buyer, downsizing. So if this was like if you're in Southwest Florida and you got a great 3-2, 1,400 square feet, single story, maybe you turn that one on because now they're going to have options to say, we want a single story or low maintenance near a golf course, gated community, close to dining, shopping, space for visiting family, or all or most of these are important. That is why that's important because when you reply back and you say, hey, I saw that living near a golf course is important for you. How does that make the lead feel? It makes them feel like you're listening and that you care about them. Because if you only had name, email, or phone number, you wouldn't know what the heck is going on. But now that's what I mean. Every home can have a unique set of questions. If it's new construction, right? If you're advertising new construction, would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? Are you kidding me? Everyone's going to say yes to that if you're doing new construction. And now what? In my follow-up, I'm going to find out. Thank you for requesting the builder incentives and available specials that are going on right now. And I just wanted to find out before I just send you a little bit of everything. Is there a particular area and home type that you're looking for so that I can make sure to get you the most updated list possible and not waste your time with a bunch of other things? Easy? Brent said, do you show greeting by default? I can't remember. Just I'll show you how to check on that yourself a little bit later here. Do you want your credit score, monthly payments, right? Those other great questions. And the last thing I'm going to mention is, first of all, for the seller ads, there's completely different questions. And secondly, you can rearrange these. So if I look at it, it says, what's your time frame to buy? Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? What's most important? And do you have a home to sell? Now, there's one thing that is definitely wrong, and I hope you all catch this already. And there's another thing that I'm going to optimize. Now, the thing that is wrong is I've got 4 things going on here. So I'm going to turn off what's your time frame to buy. Now, I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm just showing you now I got only 3 questions. So that's perfect. And would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? That's great. I want that on top. Why? Because I want them to feel like the first question is something like a bonus that they're going to be getting that they're going to really want. Even if I would have left, what's your time frame to buy? So let's say I leave, why is that not here? Hold on a second. What is your time frame to buy? There we go. All right, now you see it's right there and price reduces below it. Check this out. I can just click and drag it up and put it right above. And now would you like a list of price reduced homes for sales on top? What is your time frame to buy? Now they're going to be more motivated on this one, right? If they said yes to that one. So hopefully you can get it, how that works and why that works that way. And then if this is a low priced home where it's mostly like first time home buyers, maybe I turn off, do you have a home to sell? Or I turn off what's most important. And so watch this. I'm just going to turn that off. And now, boom, I got 3 great questions that are definitely going to help me in my follow-up. Create form. And if they say yes, having a home to sell, I'm going to ask them, what's the current property address for your home? And are you going to be selling? Obviously, they said, do you have a home to sell? So they're going to sell and buy most likely. So I would address that in my follow up and say, I saw that you have a home to sell and that you're looking for a new home. Do you have any idea how you want to handle that? I've actually been able to help out people with this because it can get a little bit complicated, but I just want to assure you that I can help you through both of these transactions, right? And making sure that it all works together. We'll write the offers and just give them some confidence and comfort that you can help them with that. All right. So here's the ad. It's a video ad. So I got a video, could have been an image, whatever, and just close advanced options, create ad. Boom. And we'll let that cycle through and that'll get submitted. And let's go back. We'll look at the ad and I'll show you. So for the listings, they always go to the property website. So let's go back here, view ad, and Facebook will come up. And you can do this in your account too. You should show ad, right? You should see how this works. You should make sure you don't have to do it for every ad, but you should definitely do it for a few to get comfortable. All right, so here's the ad. All right, click it. Yes. Just dreaming. And yes, continue. Name, email, phone number, continue. Submit. And so I want you to be thinking, because sometimes people will say, oh, Facebook leads, they just accidentally clicked, or they don't know what they're doing, or blah, blah, blah. How many times have I had to click so far? Is this like my 6th or 7th click? And it's going to go to my property website. And then at the property website, it gets even better. I got property video, professional photos, 3D tour, area video. They can download my 100-point home marketing plan here. Maps and local, Google Street View, when do you plan to buy, we can help form, client review video, school information. They can get their home value right here. And if they fill out this right here, they will get their home value sent to them. They will see it online because it'll open up a new tab where they can view it there. They'll also get an email. They will also get it the first of every month. So the first week of every month going forward, they're going to get one sent to them automatically, which is phenomenal for follow-up as well. I got walk score, brochures, PDF guides right here. So Brent, right, dude, you're talking about the guides at your website. We put them right here. So they can download them right from your single property website. Your client reviews from Google, Zillow, Testimonial Tree, more listings, and then that again. And you're done there as well. And they can schedule a tour. So for the listings, they're always going to go to the property website. All right, let's do hey, I'm going to show you guys something. A lot of people don't realize this. If you got a buyer that's in contract, so you're pending, in contract, active contingent, whatever you call it, or recently sold in the last 2 to 3 months, obviously as a listing agent, you can do this, right? You got the listing, it's pending, it's just sold or sold. But if you're the buyer's agent where it's your buyer in contract or recently bought, go to add listing manual, status, and just select the proper status. And for just sold selling agent, that means you represented the buyer. Just sold listing agent, you represented the seller. Or if I got a client in contract on something, I can select the appropriate status and add that listing. I only need one photo. So you add an inspection, go do a drive-by, get a photo. All right. Don't take the listing agent's photos if you're the buyer's agent. Add the listing to your account, and you can do the seller ads even when you represent the buyer. I've had clients get listings before the property even closed, doing what I'm going to show you next. All right. So here we go. I'm going to do a just sold market listing. And these questions are completely different, but the process is the same. Facebook ads. And so the work area is going to look the same. All right. Folsom, California, radius 15 miles, lifetime budget. I'm going to bump it up to 100. Oh, and also for listings where the listing is for sale, yours or borrowed, average cost per listing was $3 to $4. The range was between $1 and like $8, like the first standard deviation or whatever you want to call it, like on the bell curve, right? Type of thing. If you are over, and I've got a video on our YouTube channel, I'll drop it into the mastermind group a little bit later. But if you're over, especially if you're over $8 for sure. But I would, if I'm over 6 or 7 bucks per lead for buyer leads, I would turn that off, look at it, make sure I didn't do anything wrong, like 4 questions, 5 questions, bad photos, and just redo it. Sometimes all I do is literally turn the ad off, redo it. The algorithm does what it needs to do. I'm back on track and I'm generating good leads. So if you are generating leads over 7-ish bucks, I would say, I would turn it off and redo it. And I'll show you what to do when your ad is doing really so that it doesn't end. I don't want a good ad at $3 a lead to end for a while. So I'll show you that as well. But here we are at a sold listing. Again, this could be I'm the listing agent, I'm the selling agent, pending, sold. Again, we got change template. I can change the image or so I can upload a Canva image, or I can upload another image from somewhere else. I can upload a video. I can retarget. I can do a custom audience if I wanted to. But again, advanced options, create new form. And then we're going to pop on those questions. So here we go. Advanced options, create new form, form questions. Now, I think these questions are even better. And a really quick note, if any of you have any questions that you think we should add for either buyer or seller, just send them to me. I'm not going to promise I'm going to add them, but if it's a good one, we got a fair number of these questions are from people like you. All right. Which I don't even know what that people like you from you, not like you, but you. So here we go. For the seller, name, email, and phone number, just like before. What is your time frame to sell? And as I scroll down, the other default, would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? I love that one. Oh my God, I love that one. That's a great question. So 1, 2, huh. I wonder why. Actually, it should be different. So what is your time frame to sell? I'm going to turn that one off because if they say yes to this one, then they're probably, then 1 to 3 months. All right. So I know 1 to 3 months. Some of my other favorite questions, get your home value and instant cash offer. So we can almost turn a pending or sold or seller guide or home value into an instant cash offer opportunity. All right. That's phenomenal. Check your home's value and selling options, no obligation. See how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar. I love that one. See my 100-point home marketing plan. I love that one. And then there's also the what is the magic number for your home? No obligation at the bottom here. So if you want to do, and we got training on this, if you wanted to do, for example, I've got a golden letter, right? Kind of strategy. 123 Main Street just sold. We still have 8 more buyers for this property. They're actively looking. Some are pre-approved. If you've got a 3 to 4 bedroom home at 2,500 square feet, what is a magic number for you to just look at or consider an offer? And so if that's my ad copy in the ad, and I've got an example, I'll show you a little bit later. I can show you where you can see what an ad actually looks like with that. Then I might want to turn that one on. But if that's not in my ad copy, for a lot of people, they're not going to even, what the hell are you talking about? It's going to make no sense. So I turned on some questions. I'm going to scroll back up. And would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? See how AI can help you sell for top dollar and faster. See how my 100+ point home marketing plan works for your home. And I'm trying to think, do I want to reorder these? I might. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to put the 100-point marketing plan on top. And now that's on top. And then it's, would you sell? In fact, I might put the AI ahead of that one. You know why? Because again, they're going to be like, wow, how can AI help me sell? They're going to be really curious. And the ones that are into AI are really going to be like impressed and curious. What I want to see what you got. And then it's, would you sell them the next 1 to 3? Because then they might be thinking, man, this guy, he's got a 100-point home marketing plan. He's using AI. Yeah, dude, if you can get me the price I want in the next 1 to 3 months, yeah, I might sell. What about buy before you say, yeah, Tim, yeah, I think that's in there. And if it's not, send it to me. What is your time frame to sell? Are you buying a home when your home sells? Find out your home's market, check your homes. Yeah, Tim, go ahead and send it to me. I'm not going to remember it. And as soon as I get off this call, I'll be on to doing other things. So go ahead and if anybody wants to send me something, just send it to me. And I would love to take a look at it and add it to the system. And if I don't have that, that could be a great question. I just want to maybe finesse it just a little bit for the language. Mohammed, oh, dude, I always say that. I apologize. Is there a way to target a subdivision? No, not really. Not really. For targeting subdivisions, so let's stick on that for a quick minute. Another home in Folsom, California just sold. So if I want to target a subdivision, another home in Whitney Oaks in Folsom, in Folsom just sold. And then we got the image here, right? So check this out. I'm going to close advanced options. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to go to change template. And I'm going to select this version. All right. Just right below is I can select different templates and you could upload your own custom one as well. I'm going to select edit. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the language in the ad and on the image to better target Whitney Oaks. It's not going to be 100%, but with Facebook, you can't. Now, you could, if Whitney Oaks was big enough, you could get a list from your title company or RedX or My Plus Leads. You could get a list of that whole area if it's big enough and then upload it as a custom audience. So you could do that and then run the ad. Like I showed you earlier, you have the opportunity to run ads to custom audiences. All right. So that would be the way to do it, but I can't in Facebook to Whitney Oaks. Okay. But check this out. And let me just back up. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of all that stuff. There we go. Let me hit cancel. So when I click change template, there's a little edit icon right here in the top left. Click it. And now I can edit all these images, the banner, the color, edit text. And I can say, attention, Whitney Oaks homeowners. I might even do Whitney Oaks and Folsom, just to call out. I don't want to be, because if it's around Whitney Oaks, that's fine with me. But if it's not, then don't do what I just did. Just do Whitney Oaks. And that way Whitney Oaks is a subgroup within this, and they're going to see it and they're going to go, oh, Whitney Oaks. And they're going to be even more likely to click on it. So again, a couple of different options there. And then click save and then boom. And you see what I've got. I put the 2026 100-point home marketing plan just to get people a little bit more jazzed up about it. And then create ad. All right. Easy peasy. All right. Let's go. And so I mentioned about listings for sale, listings that are pending and sold. Pending. Oh my gosh. Pending listings. Came in at $7 or $8 last week for the last 7 days. I like a little bit, it was below 8. It was like in the 7s. I was like, holy cow, you're killing me. And then the sold were like $10 to $12 a lead. All right. The seller leads are always more expensive. ARI. Is it arif.realtor? Was that your at? And then I'm going to bring up, I've got, ooh, that's a nice website. I've got language that I have tested in a number of areas that works really well. So I'm going to give you this language. So hold on a second. I'm on my other monitor. I'm going to bring it up. There we go. I got it. All right. So this could be any website. A lot of times you can do this on the back end. I'm going to show you how to do it on the front end if it's got IDX. So let's find out. So I scroll down and I'm going to click on buying. Let's see there if we got it. So Arif, do you show lists? So IDX, do you show listings here? So you got, oh, I should have clicked view all. Man, look up. Not beautiful website, but have you seen how long it takes me to get to even to see listings? That is one thing I would look at. So I'm gonna go to Folsom. And so I got Folsom. And then I'm gonna say pool, right? And that'll be all close. So now we got 2 filters applied. And oh, that can't be right. Only 1 listing. Let me, oh, maybe it's doing a search and map thing there. No, it should have done all of Folsom. And I guess newest listings. I want all listings. Yeah, that can't be, and I don't know that there's pool at this one. Looks like a manufactured home. Let me see here. Folsom and pool. Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what, real quickly. So yeah, a rate, you might want to check on that because I would have to think there's more than 1 home in Folsom for sale. So let me try another one. And or if you might be able to do that on the back end. So check with your support at your website. And let me try this one here. Phoenix, 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 MLShomes.com. All right. And Brent and search homes. And I'm going to look at more filters. And so I'm going to do Scottsdale. So Northern Scottsdale. And I want pool, property styles, property status, bedrooms, bath, max price, minimum acreage. Here we go. Waterfront, open house. I'm sure pool is in here and I'm just missing it. Beautiful pool. Apply filters. All right. So now one of the things, notice it gave me a unique URL. So that URL, and all you need to know is it can't just be brenthammonds.valleysolutionteam.com. So it's a unique URL and I'm just going to copy it. All right. And I'm going to go back into listings to leads. Let me just turn that off. I'm going to go to ads. I'm going to go create Facebook ad. You can do this with Google too. It's almost the same situation, except with Google, it's easier because there's no images. You'll just use, it would be the same link. So I would say North Scottsdale pool homes for sale. And I might just put IDX. I still want to do a lead ad. These are buyer leads, so I can annotate between buyer and seller, create ad, and drop in the link right there. Now I'm going to hit fetch. Nothing's going to happen because it's like a crazy long domain. If I'd have just put in my website, my main website, then it would have popped up some stuff. All right. Now, primary text. I've got, and I've used this for a few different things. And if you want to screenshot this, you can, or again, get into the mastermind group and ask me. Looking for a home with more land, privacy, and freedom. See homes with, tap below. So obviously we're doing pool homes. So looking for a home with a pool for the perfect summer days. Get a free list of homes with pools, updated every 15 minutes from the MLS. See homes with, and I'm going to say, yeah, and I might be typing this wrong, but you get the idea. In-ground pools. I'm going to say latest price reductions. I might say date. Oh, outdoor kitchens and living areas. And then I may not have anything for that one. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to add emojis. And so, for example, for the very top one, that's the see homes with. So I'm going to go green. I'm going to do this one. Up here, I'm going to add an emoji for the summertime pool. So I'm going to say sun. And I like this one. That might be nice. And then maybe here I do one more. You don't want to overdo it in the emojis. We don't want to play it out. But when we got something like this where it's very specific, throwing in a couple of emojis can be nice, right? So see homes with in-ground pool. Now, not every home is going to be price reduced. Not every home is going to have an outdoor kitchen, but some of them will be. But every home you're going to look at will have a pool. Tap below to view all North Scottsdale pool homes instantly. Headline, tap to view now. And you know, do whatever you want. You might have another coach, a trainer, a broker, or you see something online that you like. You saw something in a Facebook group. You can do whatever you want. I'm showing you what works, but you can do, you might be in a downline. You might be in a Facebook group where you have other agents talking about ads. You can do whatever you want here. That's what's so gorgeous. And you can leverage our questions. You can leverage our structure and how easy it is versus going into Facebook. Description, stop wasting time driving around and get this free list now. And I might put a little arrow pointing over there. Boom. All right. Location, North Scottsdale. That's Australia. North Scottsdale, maybe it doesn't come up. Scottsdale. So I'll just do Scottsdale. And that's fine because they can look at Scottsdale if they want. Lifetime budget. I'm going to do $100. It'll start and end for 1 week. Now I'm going to have to upload an image. So the only time, so somebody asked about Carousel. The only time I like Carousel is for this type of thing. And what I like to do is find 5 homes that represent kind of like different price points, pools. So here's another one. I'm going to say homes with pools. So I'm going to use some stock images here. So I'm going to, just so you can see example, because Scottsdale, there's some condo buildings with pools. And now, right, they can see different examples of homes with pools. And so that's the only time I like Carousel, is a custom list of homes. And again, different architectural styles, different price points, maybe different. One is in North Scottsdale, one's in Tempe, one's in, oh my God, what's that neighborhood I'm thinking of? I can't. Anyways, wait, you get my point, right? And here we go, create new form. So we're going to do that one again, form questions. And this is so awesome. This is so awesome. So check this out. What's your time frame to buy is checked. Okay, that's fine. Would you ultimate guide? Nah, I don't want that one here, because I'm going to do, would you like a list of price reduced? And maybe, so if I'm doing a pool home, I'm thinking this might be a family, right? This may be a family, maybe not, but it might be. So I'm going to, for family and move up buyers, what's most important to you in your next home? And then, do you have a home to sell? I guess I'll leave that, or that's what we got. So we got, that's a price reduced. What's most important? And do you have a home to sell? It's, again, for the higher end homes that do you have a home to sell, you're going to get more yeses. On lower price homes, you're going to get more no's. But this isn't really one or the other. I'll just leave it for now. And I got other things. I don't need to worry about that. And that's it. Boom. Now we got a great ad showing different homes. So I can either show different styles, different price points, or different locations. And sometimes what I'll even do is I will, with the photos I'm using, is throw them into Canva and actually edit them to say 450,000, 600,000, 843,000, or like North Tempe, Scottsdale, so on and so forth, so that people can see, oh, wow, yeah, he's got pool homes all over the place. Really cool. Does that make sense? Easy. Paradise Valley, dude, that's right. Yes. Paradise Valley. That's exactly what I was trying to think of. I kept thinking, I was like, Discovery. I'm like, Discovery Valley? I'm like, it's not Discovery. Yeah, yeah, that's you got me. That was for Folsom Street, not oh, Trevor. All right. So Arif, that was probably just my fault. I see Trevor here said I had Folsom Street tagged, which obviously makes a lot of sense. All right. Stephen, God, you always make sense. Dude, thank you for that. I never got past can't fetch link and stopped. Did not know you can push past. Oh, dude, get into the mastermind group. That's what the mastermind group is for. Get in there and be like, why can't I X? And I'll let you know. All right, what's up? Yeah, dude, you're killing me. I'm sorry. That sucks. All right. But yeah, dude, that's what the mastermind group is there for. The mastermind, if you're just gonna complain incessantly, then I'm not interested in that. Constructive criticism, you got problems, you're stuck with something, because I used to say it all the time. When you start the second time you bang your head against the wall, that's when you get a hold of us or you get into the mastermind group, right? Bang your head against the wall once. And then after that, if you can't figure it out, then go to support, come to us, right? Go to the mastermind group and let us help you. There's nothing worse than sitting there banging your head against the wall continuously and not getting anywhere with it. I'm glad we walked through that together. Okay. I got a couple more things real quickly here to show you guys, to show everybody. How's that? I'm going to bring this over. Give me a second here. I'm going to pop this up. So the AI text follow-up, highly recommend it. Okay. The AI text for, I think, like the PDF guides, listings, home value, down payment assistance, maybe new construction. It's not going to work for the custom ads. Like I just did the custom one. It won't work for the custom list of homes for sale. It won't work, but it'll work for most of them. And it is definitely useful. If you want to get leads to your CRM, go to your listings to leads profile, click on the CRM tab. We can go all of them, right? There's nothing we can't do. Even go high level, you can send them through Zapier. It's called Lead Connector. But real quickly, I want to show you. So the cool thing about the AI text is when you've got it and you generate a lead, you'll get two emails or two notifications. One is that you've got a lead, and I'm going to make this bigger so we can all see it a little bit easier. And so we got name, email, phone number right here. That's the listing it came in off of. And then here are those three questions that was turned on for that ad. Would you like to be notified when similar listings hit the market? Awesome for follow-up, right? Because I'm going to find out what area, what price point, or any features. It's going to show that I'm caring. It shows I'm paying attention, and it shows I don't want to waste your time. And then if I don't get a hold of them after 2 or 3 months, if I don't get a hold of them after maybe 3 or 4 days, then maybe I just set them up in my IDX or MLS. So that's going to be your decision on how to handle that. Do you have a home to sell? Again, some of my followers might reference that part of it and just say, hey, I see you have a home to sell, that you might be looking for a property in the Rockland area. That's phenomenal. Where's your current home that you have to sell? Maybe that's just something simple. I don't want to put people through a 20-question rigorous exam right before I connect. All I want to do in the beginning is to be able to connect. That's it. And then I got down here, what's your time frame to buy? And this is a real lead. And they said 6 to 12 months. And so and then the AI text kicked in. All right. Hi, Brian. This is Alex. That was the AI text name. Click on it. Would you like more information? Are you just browsing? Boom. He said, I'm just browsing. And then the AI text, there's a number of different directions this can go. And every time the lead responds, you're going to get notified. So you're going to get a notification. And for example, she would have got a notification that, oh, your lead, Brian, responded. And here was the question that he responded to. And here's what's his response. So I'll always know. And I can actually click in the email and it'll open up the lead detail page. I can turn off if I want. I can see more what's going on if I want. And then it kept going. Because, all right, so he's just browsing. So we're just trying to offer him something that he'll say yes to, right? If we offer him something that he says no to, and even if he doesn't say remove, we're in a spot because now it's like we're grasping at straws. Understood. Our free 25 secrets, our 25 insider secrets of home buying guide is packed with money saving tips. Would you like a copy? He said yes. It was sent automatically. So he would have gotten that guide automatically sent. And then it says, thank you for your interest. We'll reach out soon. And then again, so then the agent got another email and it said, your lead responded. And here was the question. And here was a response. It's awesome. All right. Very powerful. I got a few more things to show you here about this. Give me a second. Real quickly first, I'm going to drop in the post-webinar survey only because I'm not here to listen to myself talk. All right. I'm not here to show you how good looking I am. I'm here to help you take action and do better and get more business. Now, Facebook ads are awesome. I think we have some amazing things with how we do them that just is incredible. Going after expireds, going after FSBOs is the shortest route to getting listings. So make sure you get on our training for that, leadgenwebinars.com. Get into the mastermind group, ask support. We do 4 calls. I got one more call today coming up at 4 p.m. my time, 7 p.m. East Coast. And the people that have so many people having great success, I absolutely love it. Staying on our calls, right, until you get it, until you start taking action is the best way to do it. Don't just get on one of our calls and go, oh, it was so confusing. Stay on it until you get it. And I've had people on our calls for a week and start getting at it and having success. I've had people on our calls for over a month. And then within the next month, they've got 3 listings and 2 buyers. All right. So it's not impossible. It's actually easy, but we're all different. We're all going to be a little bit different. All right. So anyways, here, so again, she got the notification and then she, right, taps in, pops into here. She turned off the lead qualification. So lead qualification. All right. And she just tapped right where the green little, let me get that comment out of there so we can see better. All right. So she tapped out, or so she turned off the AI text and now she's following up. And there is something I want to show you right there. I think. Yes. Perfect. There's on the lead detail page. Now your CRM may have this, but if not, on the lead detail page here with the name, the phone number, the email, 2 things I want to mention and I'll be done unless there's some questions. One, there is a more button, search name on Google, search email on Google, search phone on Google. Name is a little bit iffy just because now, Arif, your name, perfect. You're going to come up. But you hit me, you hit Brent Hammonds. There's probably 100 Brent Hammonds. Okay. Now, email and phone, on the other hand, will be much more precise. And I have done that where, and you find out, oh, they work at this company, they've been there for this long, and all this other great information about them. And then you can add that under the notes. So then I can add in, oh, Betty works at New Jersey Life and Trust, and she's a senior underwriter, and she's been there for 14 years. And so it's just great to be able to find information. Sometimes you're going to get a bad phone number or maybe a bad email, and I look up the other one to get more information for them. I am seeing in general about 85% good phone number and or email. To get a string of bad phone numbers, sometimes, man, if I get 2 or 3 bad phone numbers on a given day, once in a while that will happen. and it sucks. It's annoying, right? It's a little bit, I'm not happy about that. But then I go for 2 or 3 days where every phone number is perfect, no problem. So, anyways, there's the more. The second thing is, and I'm going to come back to this one a little easier. In here, see where it says add address? If I find out that they own a home, all right, so I find out, oh, they're a homeowner, I can put their address right here. So tap address, add their address, and there's going to be an option to send them a home value estimate as if they filled out the landing page for their home that you're adding, which is really cool. And again, they're going to get that every single month going forward. So that's a very cool way of just adding more value to some of these buyer leads coming in that also own a home. So, anyways, go to leadgenwebinars.com. Hold on a second. I will pop that into the chat. There you go. leadgenwebinars.com. If you click on it, it just directs to our training calendar. And it's this one right here, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. East Coast. And then tomorrow, 11 o'clock, the listing presentation, right? How to get even better with it. Because here's the deal. And this is why those emails, for example, all right, those emails that I talked about at the beginning of this call to send to your seller leads, the more I can get this in front of homeowners, seller leads, anybody out there, the more listings I'm going to get. This is better than anything else out there. You can add to it. Okay, if I got like you're with a company or just as an agent, you offer property videos, you do 3D tours, you do right hot air balloons, whatever. You can add that as a second attachment or as a supplement, right, to this. But just by itself, you're going to get more listings. Are these a lot of the ones are not for the Zoom, but let me show you what I've done, Steve. And this is good for everybody. Is in the expired classroom is cool. So if you go to live and recorded, standard expired, how to engage and list, that will take you, and every week or two, I change the video. And then luxury expireds, that'll take you to a specific video. And then $2.5 million luxury added on day one. That takes you to a blog post about quote, and it's got a quote from Rosanna. Oh my God, so good. And that's what's so powerful with the expireds. We've got the call scripts, the voicemail scripts, the text scripts, and campaign. We got the emails. We've got what you take to door knock, what you mail. All right, we got all of it and how to do it and what to say. We got everything laid out for you. And so and I believe Rosanna was one of those people. She's on with us for a month, but not every single call, like at least once or twice a week. And then she finally got the confidence. She had the clarity and like comfortable. And she went out and door knocked. I didn't tell her to. And it was awesome. And she said, there's a couple of great quotes in here. If I had just called or texted, I wouldn't have had that conversation face to face, made all the difference. All right. I think door knocking is the fastest way to get listings. And I'm telling you, not preface this because it's expired, it's targeted. All right. We know your home expired. We're not just randomly door knocking around a listing, which is good, which is great, but it's not this. All right. So keep that in mind. I think door knocking is the fastest way to get listings. I'm much more relaxed talking face to face, and people are more receptive. 1,000,000%. All right. Absolutely. And then she says here, and I'm going to let you go after this. There's nothing to be afraid of, and it's very effective. People are much nicer face to face. And again, I totally agree with that 100%. Last thing before you all go and get out of here and get to work is our affiliate link. So don't forget, if you're going to tell somebody about us, happened this morning. I already saw one person, I think maybe a couple of people already. Oh, I heard about you from so-and-so, but they don't use their affiliate link. So if you're going to tell somebody about listings to leads, get your affiliate link just right there. Boom. If it's not set up, set it up 30 seconds and you'll get the link, and share that link when you're going to share the joy that is listening to leads. All right, everybody, listen, I see people dropping off. Thank you for hanging out with me. And again, if you got anything else, get with support, get with our mastermind group, and we'll talk to you soon.